All right, we are back Thursday night. Think Fast. Jack Wilkie, joined by Joe Wilkie and Will Harab. We will give you just a minute. As always, we kind of let folks come online and join us. Make sure I've got this shared in all the proper places. As Facebook is doing what it usually does. Having said that, I want to remind you guys we've got the Focus Press benefit dinner coming up April 4th at 6 p.m. Right, Will? I always want to say April 6th, but it's April
4th, yeah.
At 6 is where I'm getting the 6 there. April 4th at 6 p.m. Winchester, Tennessee. So North Alabama friends, North Georgia friends, Middle Tennessee, South Middle Tennessee. I don't know what that would be called, but friends from all over. Join us there. Focuspress.org/benefit is where you can sign up, get tickets to that. We're going to be telling you about things we're doing at the work at Focus Press, new books, new products, projects, missions, whatever I'm trying to say here. All kinds of efforts we're doing here at Focus Press to try and get the gospel out and strengthen the church. And so be sure to check that out, focuspress.org/benefit. And now that we've got a minute or two under our belt here, the live stream is being picked up a little bit. I want to remind you, click like if you're watching, leave us a comment if you are as well. And this week we're going to do something a little more lighthearted. We like to do in the news kind of stuff. Well, we didn't want to talk about bank bailouts. We don't really have any hot biblical takes on that.
We will actually be discussing that for a spoiler alert for Monday's
Think Deeper.
Episode,
yeah. I mean, there's some current event stuff coming up on Think Deeper for sure. So check that out. But we want to go a little more lighthearted. Today is the first day of the NCAA tournament. Basketball. Now, of course, we have a lot of people who don't care about basketball at all, but at the very least, you probably heard about the brackets, the
March Madness.
March Madness. Term, yeah. That's right. You make your picks and all that. And so we decided to come up with a bracket challenge of our own. Now, I did something like this on our Focus Press website a number of years ago. We did the favorite worship song bracket. A lot of people enjoyed participating in that and casting their votes. We've done different things we're going to do this time. Go ahead, Will, you go ahead and introduce this week's bracket we're doing.
Sure. So we came up with 16 Bible characters, and the way we're going to do it, and this is one of those things we'd love for you to comment. Let us know as far as these matchups go, which one you prefer. The way we're going to do it is for us three, which one is your favorite? And I guess for us three, it's going to be which one do you maybe more closely associate with? Which one do you enjoy reading about, studying about? Which one do you enjoy preaching on, maybe more, or teaching on? So we took time. We picked 16 of these, and I guess I'll start sharing my screen whenever. But the way we're going to do it, there's three of us, so there's not going to be any ties. Let's say there's a matchup and me and Joe agree on one and Jack disagrees. Well, the person that me and Joe picks, that's the one that's going to advance, and we'll see as far as what we think our favorite Bible or the best Bible character is. Obviously, for obvious reasons, we don't have Jesus in the bracket. He would win easily, so we do not have him included. But guys, anything before we get rolling on the bracket?
And if your favorite character is somebody from like Zechariah that's mentioned once, sorry.
Yeah, the way we did it actually, and I don't know if y'all can see my screen at this point. Jack, Joe, y'all will have to tell me if the live can see the screen, but I will continue to give the intro before we get started. The way we did it as far as the seeds go, which is obviously 1 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed, that kind of thing, based on the number of times their name is mentioned in the Bible. So David came in scorching at first with over 1,000 mentions of his name. He's the 1 seed, and then the least mentioned was Ruth. And so, guys, let's get right into it. We don't have that much time. Let's start with, I'm going to start over here on the right. Again, Jack, tell me if those who are watching cannot see my screen. But if they can, I'm going to.
No, it's up. You're good.
Okay, cool. So Joshua Job, a 6 seed versus an 11 seed. Again, this is who are you more drawn to? Maybe who do you enjoy preaching on more? Who's your favorite? So let's see. I'm going to start with Joe. Joe, who is your go-to for this one?
I got to go with Job, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to make Jack be the tiebreaker because I'm definitely going Joshua.
Oh, that's really hard.
You started on a tough one.
Well, I started with this one. That's right.
You're right. Yeah, you should have started David Ruth or something. Sorry, Ruth.
Not
Joshua
Ruth.
Or Job?
Sexist.
Joshua. There's
easy call.
Jesus typology. There's a lot going on there. So we'll go with that.
But Job's got 40 chapters to himself, so 42.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Job takes
All right.
another loss, man. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Seriously, seriously. All right,
That's what
let's
that's
go
mean, sorry.
to let's go to the other side and do Abraham Esther. So that's a 4 seed Abraham against a 13 seed Esther. Again, you Abraham is obviously would seem to be quite a bit more significant than Esther. So I guess I'll go first here. I'm probably going Abraham. I know there's probably a pretty good argument to be made for Esther, but I'm not going to make that argument. I'll leave that to one of y'all. I'm going Abraham. Jack, we'll go to you next.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to. This is one where we can catch up a little bit of time. So Abraham.
Cool,
Abraham.
cool.
Abraham.
Well, Abraham advances. I'm going to go up one. Let's go to Joseph and Noah. And we'll start with Jack on this one.
Wow.
That's tough.
It is tough. We've got a lot more story arc from Joseph. But I mean, you got to go Noah, kind of last man standing, right? You know, father, like the second father of us all. After.
So you're going
you know,
Noah.
Sure.
I'm
we'll
going
go Noah.
Joseph. Keeping it
Oh.
real, baby. With
Joe
my name.
picks
Because of your
Joseph.
name. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little biased.
All right, Will tiebreaker.
I feel like there's so much more to teach on with Joseph, and obviously for young people, you got the fact that he was 17. So I am going to go Joseph.
My man.
I don't think we have an upset so far, so maybe that will come later. Let's go over to the other side. I'm going to go 2 verse 15 seed. Let's do Moses and Barnabas over here in the top right. Moses 2 seed, Barnabas 15 seed.
Another catch up. That's got to be Moses. Sorry,
yeah,
Barnabas.
Gotta be. Since we're doing the catch ups, let's go ahead and knock out David and Ruth. Either one of y'all going Ruth?
No, sorry, Ruth.
Sorry, Ruth.
We got to be
Again,
ruthless.
if you're watching, that's really cheesy. If you're watching and you would like to make the argument for Ruth or make the argument for anybody that we've already knocked out, then hey, let us know.
Yeah,
we've already knocked out the 2 women. So
Yeah,
you guys are sexist, misogynist
Yeah.
jerks.
That's right. Comments are open. And so if we've gotten one of these wrong, especially guys, come on and tell them why they're wrong about Joseph over Noah.
Oh, come on.
Joseph,
That's a slam dunk.
real fun story, but yeah, Will's wife taking issue with us.
I mean,
leaving the
he
women
only-
behind, but
If we're going with Noah was the last man, then we have to say that Joseph was the only way that Israel was saved. I mean,
This
they're
is
all
also
dying of
true.
starvation. So
yeah,
that's up the entire story.
Let's go. Very interesting one. 7 and 10. Paul and Daniel. Daniel's one of those guys that everybody says just one of the best characters in the Bible because he just didn't back down. But him matched up against Paul. I think we're up to Joe starting this one.
That's
Mhm.
a rough one. It's got to be Paul for me. The guy wrote half the New
Just
Testament.
just for fun. It's probably got to be Paul, but I'll say Daniel just for the sake of it. Let Jack break the tie here because I want to hear his vote.
so Daniel has to be like the MVP of VBS. Like
True.
you got the Lion's Den, you got the fiery furnace comes out of Daniel, all that
Yeah.
stuff. But it's Paul. It's half
Yeah,
the New
you're right.
Testament. It's
Yeah.
the Damascus Road, the shipwrecks,
And for us, talk about something to preach from. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
run
true.
out of space with Daniel pretty quick.
You
All
could
right, let's
preach on
go
some
over.
pretty wild stuff, but okay.
That is true. Let's go to Jacob and Samson. One down. This one's interesting because Jacob is kind of
It
a
is.
scoundrel of a character. Like he doesn't have that. I mean, he's got.
Hey,
his
hey,
redeeming
hey!
moments, of course.
I will not tolerate the Jacob disrespect. You and
Jack's
Joe
got
just
his
get that
Jack's
wrong.
got his hot take.
Well, if
of
we had
course he's-
time, I'd love to hear it. But
He's a blameless man, a perfect man, and the same word that's used for Noah.
I'm
We
actually a
just
little
skim right
shocked
over
that
that.
I'm shocked that he's the 3 seed ahead of his father. Actually, that he has more
Yeah,
mention
that
than
is true.
Abraham. I'm a little shocked by that. I'm
I mean,
actually
the
gonna,
numbers are a little arbitrary.
what mentions in the Bible.
That's right. It is mentions. I forgot. I thought we.
yeah,
just
and
ranked
actually,
them
I've
up,
got it
so,
written down. Jacob has over 100 more mentions than Abraham.
Yeah,
That's
and
wild.
that's not even counting the times where Israel means him. So
Yeah, that's very true.
I think Samson was way more of a scoundrel, so I'm going
Yeah,
with
that's-
Jacob.
that's true.
Jacob
I'm-
on this one.
I'm
Okay.
not tolerating any Jacob disrespect. We're going Jacob.
Man, I'm interested to see how far Jack wants to take Jacob in this. Okay, that leaves us with Peter and Elijah over here on the left, 8, 9. I think it's my turn to go first.
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
is.
Yeah.
Peter. I think I'm going to go Peter.
Jack,
Oh, am I next? It's Elijah.
I know. I'm
Sorry,
Elijah,
Peter.
really? This would be a major upset if Peter goes down in the first round.
I mean, okay, hold on. Let's just I'll make the case here before Joe votes. The Mountain
Sure.
of Transfiguration.
No, that's where
I
I'm.
knew
That's
you
where
were
my
going to
mind
bring
is.
that up. I knew
You've
you
That's
were
got,
where
gonna
my
bring
mind
it
is.
up.
It's a lot of
Elijah is
prophets.
one of the two, and Peter is, and I know Peter comes back around later on and gets a lot better on all the issues and all that, but he's Elijah kind of beats him out there head to head. So
I actually have to go with Elijah on this one.
Wow,
And that's what I was thinking.
shocking.
He represents the prophets, so that's pretty big.
Wow, did not see that one coming. That's first major upset, I guess. All right, that gets us into the next round. Let's go Jacob and Joshua. I want to get back to this, see who Jack is not
Okay.
a Joshua fan, clearly.
now I will say we got a few folks watching, or
Yeah,
if you're
yeah, go for
watching
it.
later on, drop a comment if if one of these you think we got egregiously wrong, if there's somebody you think should not have been left out of the first round. Again, Rachel Harrod, Will's wife, giving us the business about the women being left behind. So very nice, very nice. But all right, round two.
Let's go Jacob, Joshua.
Whose
Let's
turn
go-
is it? Jack?
Joe,
I
you
think
start this
was
one.
it
I
Me?
think, Joe, you start this one, yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go Jacob.
Well, I think we know who Jack's going, so because my vote would be Joshua for sure. I'm definitely going
It's hard
Joshua.
actually. Hold on, Jacob.
That's
and
a
Jo-
really tough one.
Okay, it's Jacob, number one. I mean, like importance, obviously, he's Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, 12 sons, all that stuff. The other thing is the Jacob story arc is downright hilarious. I mean, it is the funniest section of the entire Bible. I mean, like that guy's whole life was a sitcom. And so
I can't get over Joshua though standing up to the group think of the 10 tribes and just being like,
That's true.
no, I think we can go conquer the land. I mean,
yeah.
I'll tell you what actually lowered him is the fact that there was two of them. That it wasn't just Joshua who did it.
Also, Caleb was more of the leader until Moses died.
Right. I mean, and obviously he takes over, but the fact that Caleb was the counterpart to Joshua and that Joshua doesn't stand alone.
I mean,
Like,
still two against everybody. Will's right, but we'll
that's
bump
not true.
Jacob up.
going Jacob. Okay, let's go over here to Joseph and Abraham. This is a heavyweight match right here.
Moses and Paul is the
Joseph.
heavyweight match. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to vote
true.
on.
I think we're gonna end with that one. Joseph, Abraham. I think it is. I guess I'll go first and we'll let Jack go first next time. Tough here. I shouldn't have volunteered to go first. I'll go Joseph.
Really.
I'm a big Joseph guy. Yeah,
Ooh.
Jack, you're up.
I mean, it's Abraham. It's, I mean, like again, Joseph, fun story. I voted Noah over Joseph, so I'm going
Fun
Abraham over
story.
Joseph
Jack
too.
just
but,
thinks he's just like a VBS character or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
kinda-
exactly.
No, I mean, we're talking
He
about.
kind of is. Wow.
No, I'm kidding. Father
He's got his
Abraham,
own animated
you know,
movie.
like
All right.
that's true. That's true. Abraham didn't get a.
That's right.
It wasn't Prince of Egypt. Which one? Was it?
Dude.
I don't remember.
What was it? Either way, that cast was stacked, man. If you ever look it up, IMDb
Prince
on.
of Egypt?
Wasn't it Prince of
Somebody,
Egypt?
if you're watching and you know,
Moses-
please help us out with the comments.
That's right.
Of that
'Cause
DreamWorks
Moses had
movie or
another
whatever.
This is a tangent, I'm pretty sure. So
I'm
It
pretty
is.
sure it is.
It is. Joe's
I'm gonna
stalling.
have to go.
Joe, you're the. Yeah,
I
you're the
am
tiebreaker
stalling.
here.
Though I love his name, I'm going to actually have to go. And I hate agreeing with Jack on
I was gonna
this,
say you're
but-
agreeing with Jack a ton, man.
I know, and I hate to do it.
Just
but
right all the time.
it's Father Abraham had many sons. Had Father.
Please
Abraham.
don't sing. Yeah, we're good.
I'm one of them, and so are you. So I mean, let's all move them on in the bracket. All right.
All right. We've got a handful of people watching. I'm not taking time to Google it right now. Surely somebody saw that animated movie about Joseph. And the one was Moses, one was Joseph, right? Prince of Egypt. And I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up after if nobody can help me out on that. But let's
Driving you
move on.
nuts, huh?
Yes,
David
please.
Elijah. I think it's
I
Joe's
guess
turn
it's
to go. Or no, I think it's Jack's turn. To
It's
go
my
first, yeah.
turn.
It's Moses, by the way, and that's the Moses one, and Joseph, King of Dreams.
King of
Is the other
Dreams.
one you're
Okay,
thinking.
that's what
All
it
right.
is. All right. Is that like the King of Wishful Thinking? Let's see. David, Elijah, David. I mean, the Psalms. He wins.
Joe.
Yeah, you got it's King David. I mean,
Okay.
did
I would
you
agree, so
disagree?
that would-
Yeah.
No, I agree. That makes it even. All right, let's go over here to last one. Moses and Paul. Talk about some significant characters. Again, I got a heavyweight match here. I think it's Joe's turn to go first.
Oh, thanks. The Pentateuch versus half of the New Testament. Like,
How is this a
right.
second round matchup?
I know
Goodness.
this is
Seriously.
rough. I'm gonna have to go Moses. It's so tough.
Whoa.
I think
Jack,
I'm gonna
you're
have to go
breaking the
Moses.
tie. I'm definitely going Paul. I just again, just from a preaching perspective.
I agree, but I'm going more significance. I think Moses is. That's tough to say. That's
more significant than
blasphemous.
the greatest evangelist of all time. Okay.
I mean, it's Moses. If you have Moses and Jesus and eliminate everybody else on the list, you've got enough to go on. I mean, obviously you're shortchanged losing all of Paul's work, but
Will is going to feel so
mean,
like
that's-
he's going to feel so ganged up on. I feel bad.
Seriously, man, just the Wilkie brothers. All right, so we're going Moses. So Paul is
So-
out in the quarterfinals.
It's that
Wow.
group think. That's
Seriously.
rough. That's the worst
Paul and
matchup
Peter
you could
are
possibly
gone.
have.
Paul and Peter are out. That's
New Testament is
crazy.
all gone.
Didn't
This is
even
all-
make
this is
the
all-
Elite Eight. We're all that's y'all's Old Testament bias, is what that is.
we do have an Old Testament.
Y'all
bias.
are majorly Old Testament bias. All right, we got. Let's see. We're in the not Elite Eight. We're in the Final Four. Let's go Moses Jacob. We'll save the more interesting one for last. Moses Jacob. I think it is my turn to go first. Moses for sure. I have no idea how Jacob made it this far. Sorry, Jack.
Weak bracket, dude. Like weak side of the bracket. Coming out
Seriously.
of Jacob, Samson, Joshua, and Job. He had the easiest run to the finals here, or to the final four.
I think Jack's tiebreaker. So Joe, are you going Moses or are you going Jacob?
I'm going Moses.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Moses.
that's easy. That's
Yeah.
easy. Okay.
Jack's already said if you only have Moses and Jesus, so we know who's winning in his
So,
bracket.
yeah, exactly.
Played his
All
hand a
right.
little bit.
David, Abraham, Jack, you're up, I think.
Wow.
I know. That's rough.
I think I'm the tiebreaker here. So I'm
Okay.
kind of hoping y'all agree.
I'm gonna go with Abraham. I think
Whoa.
he's the second most important person in history.
More important than Moses, huh?
Yeah. Now,
If
I mean, if they go
sneak
head to
peek.
head, I'm not sure. I don't know which one. I still haven't decided on that, but
For parity's sake, and because I really can't decide, I am going to go David,
Oh, just to make me decide.
just to make you decide.
nice.
Well, since I kind of already know, let's see. Jack. I'm gonna go David. Jack brought up earlier the
Oh, wow.
Psalms. I mean, there's a lot there. There's just talk about his character arc as well. So I'm gonna go David, which gives us a championship of David and Moses. And I believe it's Joe's turn
Oh,
to go
great.
first.
I'm going to go with the king, LeBron James. No, I know Jack's going to say Moses.
So
I'm gonna
once
go
again, you're
David.
just-
I'm leaving it to you. I think you're going to have to decide as the tiebreaker.
Jack, you going Moses?
I think I'm gonna say Moses. So
Ah.
Will gets to toss the
Will-
coin.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
gotta
walk us through this.
I gotta say, Moses' pile of excuses in early Exodus have always driven me nuts.
It's
not
called
to
character.
not to take away.
Okay, we're
from
putting
his
pile of
significance here.
excuses versus adultery and murder. I mean, like,
The guy
Well,
came around.
Well, Moses murdered somebody too, so
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
those are offsetting penalties there.
Oh, man.
I mean, seriously, you read Exodus like the first, 3 and 4, and you're like, Moses, God is literally speaking to you. Can you chill with the man? What if I'm not eloquent enough and all this? So because of that, y'all left it to me. I'm gonna go David.
Crown him the king.
Man after God's own heart. I
Here's
mean,
Here's the thing, looking at this, if I was to pick, and the one seed, go figure, if I was to pick starting at the 6, like with all 16, I don't think I would have picked David from the beginning.
yeah.
But the way it worked out, I mean, I don't know. The way it worked out, it makes
I know
sense.
Jack
guess.
is thoroughly disappointed that his guy Moses.
That's right.
it is
And-
what it
and
is.
Abraham.
I can live with David. He slayed the giant once again, rose to the occasion.
That literally is one of the single greatest Bible chapters of all time, David versus Goliath. I mean, it's one of the most.
Is it safe to say? I mean, I guess we can take out the crucifixion and stuff. It is the most well-known Bible story of all time.
I mean, yeah, you got the flood,
I can't
David
think of
and
one that's
Goliath.
more well-known, even by people outside the church. Maybe Jonah and the
Flood-
big fish.
the
I mean, that's
flood. Yeah, I was trying to think of things that are like referenced in pop culture. Obviously, like a David and Goliath story is any underdog
Yeah.
thing. People joke about the flood anytime there's a lot of rain, and that's probably the best, the top
Yeah.
two. So
I'm
yeah.
trying to think
Okay.
anything else. Yeah.
part the Red Sea. People get that reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much. So I'm kind of surprised we've had a decent amount of folks watching with us, but maybe we moved too fast through them for people to get their opinion. We didn't want to be here all night, but my
Wrap that up in
mother-in-law,
a tidy 20 minutes.
we did,
Well,
yeah.
they joined us on the stupid. I mean, it was fun. They joined us on the stupid one. Make sure to join us when we talk about real things, maybe next week. No, this was fun. This was good. I'm glad we did this. Matter of fact, we talked about doing this 2 weeks in a row, and I would love to see if we should actually think about this. Sorry, talking on air, what we should do. We should try to include everybody next week. Get one going, and then talk about the results during the week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We should think
Well,
about that.
the other thing is we can use the Think Deeper page to post polls on these and see how the deep thinkers vote in contrast to what we
Because
put
I'm
out.
interested. I know we already did it, but the Church of Christ hymn one would be really good. What's
Yeah.
your favorite books of the Bible? Would be
People
really good.
had opinions on the church songs. So
I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm
So
very sure.
we might come back with a couple more brackets before March Madness is up.
There you
Favorite
go.
book of the Bible? That'd be great. Get some weirdo coming in with Song of Solomon.
Are you
Or
the
Zach-
weirdo?
That might
you're
be.
talking about?
I might be the weirdo as I
Yeah.
study it more for class. Yeah. No, this is good.
All right. Well, thanks to those who joined us. Thanks to those who are watching later on. As always, catch these on YouTube the next day as well, or later tonight if I have the time to get to it. But yeah, we'll be back next week with another Think Fast. Again, likely just having some fun with these brackets here for another week or two. So join in, cast your vote, leave a comment, let us know, especially if you think we got one really wrong. Joe, Will especially got a couple of these really wrong. Let them know.
Sure.
Defend Jacob's honor, and we'll talk to you guys next week.